Scanning for audio.
Welcome to a Tin Dog podcast. Now, a few things have happened since I last spoke to you. I've turned 40. Yes, 40. I'm no longer a 30-something Doctor Who fan. I'm a 40-something Doctor Who fan. This is a worry. I haven't gone out and bought myself a sports car, on the grounds that I couldn't possibly afford one. It's failing that, of course, I wouldn't actually have bought myself a sports car. The car I would have bought is the one that was in Sarah Jane Smith Adventures, which weirdly is a Nissan Micra with a different body. That's not important. The important bit was, it was my birthday. Now, if you look at the image on the front of this podcast, you will see the cake that my beloved wife made me. A TARDIS cake. It was so nice. As well as my 40th birthday, it's also been the anniversary of the Tin Dog podcast. I know this is episode 236, but it also marks the beginning of the 7th year of podcasting. I've been doing it for some time now. I mean, if you think about it, when I first started recording this, I wasn't married, and now, well, I've got a 3-year-old. It's been a while.
You are listening to the Tin Dog podcast.
I'd like to thank absolutely everyone who stayed with me from the beginning, always joined in along the way. Thank you for putting up with me rambling about, well, a show we both love. That's not a problem, is it? Nah, I didn't think so. So to mark this, I just want to talk about a few things. Don't worry, I'll get back to reviewing proper programmes very shortly. As well as Doctor Who, I'll be talking about the new Blake 7-boxed set and about Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency. But until then, I just want to talk about a couple of things. First off, I'm now reviewing for Starburst magazine. Several of my reviews have appeared on the website already, but in print form, I'll be appearing very shortly, reviewing, let me guess, is it Doctor Who? I think so, and a few other things along the way. As well as this, I'm rather pleased to be able to tell you that it really, really looks likely that the Whostrology book will be out August, September this year. At the moment, it's looking as though it's going to be something akin to a desk calendar, but that's probably just what it's going to look like. 366 pages of Whostrology fun. That'll be brought to you by Telos. It's not available to pre-order or anything like that yet, and don't worry, I will keep you informed. But it is nice to know that things are there. As well as that, of course, I'm still getting on with, the great English novel. Enough nonsense, you don't need to know any of that. But one thing that I did write some time ago was my excerpt for the book You and Who, where some lovely Doctor Who fans, who you may or may not have heard of, talk about their experiences of growing up in a world with or without Doctor Who. So I'd like to read, as part of the celebrations for my birthday and the Tin Dog podcast's birthday as well, my excerpt from You and Who, published from Hearst Publishing. My submission to You and Who was called Choices. It's 1983, and I'm late. I'm perched on the edge of a sofa dressed in what I can only describe as a paramilitary uniform. I have a green beret on my head, a golden cap badge, and the insignia on my arm says I'm the second in command of my subgroup. My heart rate is up, and I'm full of guilt. Except that's only part of the truth. I'm 11 years old, and I'm watching Doctor Who. The Doctor is talking to a pirate queen, and I'm transfixed. Both of these things are true. I'm dressed to go to the Scouts, and I am, as I said, quite late. I was never athletic, and yet I run. I run the way you can when you are 11. The wind holds its breath and lets you past. Traffic slows down to let you cross roads. You can bend space-time when you're 11. One day, the Wachowskis will have nothing on this. Across the field and down the cinder path, down Exeter Road and onwards to the hut containing others of my kind. The green wooden hut belongs in a Just Williams story, and it is home to the 8th Tynemouth Scout Group. I had been a cub with an armful of merit badges and a neckerchief which was always worn with pride. I burst in with an entry worthy of Soldeed. All eyes turned to me, a room full of punctual automatons all lined up for inspection. I took my spot at the end of the line and waited. I knew what I would receive. A chat. One of the first have a quiet words with I'd receive over a lifetime of having quiet words with. I did not have long to wait. Immediately after the inspection, I was taken to one side by a huge man, an ambulance driver by day and a scout leader by night. I remember his moustache bristling in a way I'd only heard about in Terence Dick's novelizations. He looked me square in the face and asked me a simple question. He said it as a statement of fact, a management technique used by many. You have to work out what's more important. Doctor Who or any words after that were lost to me. I stayed the session and let my mind fill with robots and pteroleptals. I never returned. I knew that my heart belonged to a blue box, and no amount of church parades and camping could ever change that. It's also important to note that Drama Club was on a night when my beloved TARDIS was not on TV, and there were girls there. That was my submission for You and Who, published by Hearst Books. I'd like to thank you once more for sticking with me all these years, and I will continue with more of the same very, very soon. So many happy returns, dear listeners. See, I can say it completely sincerely. Be seeing you. You have been listening to the Tin Dog Podcast. Doctor Who and its associated shows are all trademark of the BBC. No infringement is intended. Contact us at tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk.